boy, I'm in a mood tonight. Got those bottles, nothing can stop me. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to explain what is probably the like baseline fundamental concept behind everything that we're working with, and that's value. Now, before I go ahead, let me explain to you, in case anybody's unfamiliar with the terms, some of the terms that we use, like terveuni, terveuni, Taerve, terve, uni, uni. That means forward together, uni together, terve is forward, forward together, terve uni. Siari is in inference or reference to a pseudo religion, I suppose you could say, a religious concept, and it means all as one or all is one. So, terve uni siari means forward together, all is one. Uh, and namaste, of course, namaste means I recognize myself in you, or I recognize God in you. It means I acknowledge the presence of the divine in us mutually, that we are one and the same. Namaste means I recognize myself in you, and it is the divine presence. Ultimately, I recognize myself as the divine presence, and I am reflected in you. You are reflected in me. We are together. So Terve Uni Siari Namaste, banging, covers all the bases, right? And Terve Uni and Siari both. Well, Terve Uni comes from a further, later on, more recent addition to the series, but Siari is coming from all of the Mass Effect series of video games. This is a language that was created for alien species in a fictitious story that is one of probably my favorite story and video game of all time. Just the most banging ass. It's like BSG on fucking Adderall, but yeah, those terms that we use as a calling, as a signature, uh, come from come from a series of video games. So as you can see, we are fully fucking around here. Like, we're joking, B, but serious, because I mean it's a serious issue. We are together, all is one. That's the priority here. The status initiative is of the common sense understanding that we are all part of one living organism. Just as there are little cells that make up our body, little bits and pieces, little fucking parasites that run around, symbiotic relationships that make up the human entity. It's cosmology is going to be the base understanding for everything that we know. It's all cosmological. My body is a microcosm of the planetary body, and then the Jesus, and then the my phone thinks there's a tornado all the time. Shh, don't tell it there's not one. The universe is a macrocosm of the planetary body, and in this way, we can identify with things that are beyond our reach. This is how theoretical physicists kind of maneuver. This is how they get around in the etheric ocean, as it were. The psychic battleground, which that's another aspect that's going to be fundamental to the initiative, is that we are in a fight. I know a lot of you guys want to sit back and you want to think that, here you go, Pete. A lot of you guys, especially the target audience that we're trying to get at here, the people that we kind of bank with, our community, the Teal Swan said it was a law of attraction community, and she turned out to be one hell of a smart cookie. So check her out; she's cool as fuck. But she said there's a law of attraction community, and then there's it's pretty much a metaphysical or spiritual community, the people that we reach. You guys, you love to sit back and you love to think that you can just sip on a drink and think happy hippie thoughts, and it's just gonna happy thought all the problems away. That's not the case. The initiative is here to snap you guys too, because you got the right idea, you got the intention, you have the thought behind it. You got to take action, because we are in a fight. There are forces that are trying to peg us down, that are trying to eliminate us, in fact. the heritage that we are a part of, that I'm a part of, spotters, the lineage going back throughout all time, passing down the awareness of the nature of reality and of synchronicities, our relationship to the living world, ensuring that this relationship is maintained and continues and is maintained properly, which is really the point of the initiative. We'll get to that in a second. But the heritage of spotters keeping this relationship going and making sure that there are people who are aware of it so that it doesn't die out, pretty much fighting for our survival as a lineage, as a legacy, uh, that there are forces in the world, there are people who are under the impression that it's the right thing for them to do to try and eliminate us, to try and snuff out our culture, our understanding, because I, because I don't fucking know why. Because they're crazy. Because humanity is crazy. We suffer from a psychological illness, is cognitive dissonance, and these people they've come under the belief structure, the values that have been presented to them, that they've assimilated to make up their personality, that they've accepted as who and what they are. Tell them that there's a certain way to be, and that they need to be enforcing themselves upon others. It's very likely that they think they're doing the right thing. Of course, there are psychopaths out there. Psychopaths are a very specific sort of person. They don't give a shit. In fact, they probably know they're doing the wrong thing and like it anyways. That's a tough area to be in. Believe me, I've come across psychopaths. I've brushed up against them. You could say I've come into conflict with psychopaths, and I've been hurt bad, and it's not a pretty scenario. So that's something that we want to deal with. Obviously, cognitive dissonance is something that we need to deal with immediately. That's the one factor that's going to hold us all back, that's killing us all, because it's keeping us from understanding, it's keeping us from comprehending, it's keeping us from uniting with each other, from being together, from action. And as I've said before, the world's gonna back me. If I'm sounding an alarm, you're gonna hear that train, you're gonna hear that fucking alarm, and it's not a coincidence. I'm telling you, cognitive dissonance is an illness that is destroying us as a global culture. It's keeping us from comprehending our true nature. And we are in a position right now where the planet is in fact beginning to evolve. We're breaking the old cycles. The old cycle is community develops, emerges, it gets to a certain point, and then it's destroyed by some natural disaster of some sort. We've actually reached a point where our technology is developed enough to secure our future, where we can actually break that cycle and survive. And we have a chance to do that, dude. Like every fucking one of you that's watching, wake up. We have a chance to make it this time. We have a chance to fucking make it to the next level for real. It's not some bullshit fucking, supernatural hoopla nonsense fucking garbage idea. It's not some out there wacky hippie idea. It's a steadfast fucking 5 by 5 solid reality. And global warming, people think is going to destroy us. It's not the case. Global warming is a symptom of this emergence. The planet has a fever. You can look at the body, get a concept, get a grip on the understanding of what Kundalini is and how it operates. That force unlocks, activates in the body, and activates you, and it cleanses you, it heals you, it makes you powerful, it makes you capable of things you wouldn't fucking believe. Let me tell you, and I'm going to show you some of them. I'm going to teach you some. So a lot of you are getting it. That resonance effect is out there. That Kundalini's waking up all over the place because the planet's Kundalini is awakening. It recognizes that we have the opportunity to move on, and it's activating. It's becoming alert. It's paying attention because we have its attention. We've gotten to a point where we have actually gotten God's attention. It's interested. It's invested. It's ready to put an investment into our ensured survival. However, there are several difficulties. The, the Kundalini moves through the chakras, the chakram, and it's you have to balance them out and unblock them and clear the way, or the Kundalini is going to barrel through each one of them. Any blockage, it's just going to break through it, and it's going to do damage to the body, which we're talking about the planet now. And the planet has chakras, and the chakras are not places on the planet. The chakras are psychological. They are us. We are a part of it. There are factors in our society that the imperative and the directive is calling catalyst events that are the chakras that we need to clear up. There are several of them. What's happening with the school shootings, that's connected to what's happening with the government projects. That's connected to what's happening with the police shootings. It's all that's one item of inquiry that we have to clear up. The LGBT community, transgender movement, the sexuality movement, that's another thing that needs to be cleared up. It's not, and but don't fucking even, don't you dare even go down a path of thinking that I'm talking about some kind of problem with any kind of sexuality. I'm talking, there's a problem with us being unable to accept it. There's a problem with us dividing ourselves from certain people because of their sexuality, and there's a problem with the way that we're going to be tending to want to treat these people. That needs to be fixed. And I don't give a flying fuck who brought you up on what, or what religion you're a part of, or what you think is the fucking, right thing, or what you believe God's sitting on a cloud telling you that there's something wrong with a certain person's sexuality. Fuck you. You need to wake up, snap to, I don't give a shit, no fucking excuses. This is important. You need to stop thinking that way because it is wrong, and you know that it is. You know damn well it is. Look to the way that you feel about it. Look to the thoughts in the back of your head. Issue a warrant to your conscience to take care and maintain your attitude. In any case, that's 10 minutes. I gotta clip it. I've spoken to the issues here, and then next I'll get to the what I wanted to talk to this time. But we're gonna speak to that. I would say that's the imperative. Kila Salai, which means our home world, or an ode. It's a dedication, personal dedication to our home world, to our home. Kila Salai. That also comes from Mass Effect. Kila Salai, te reuni siari nama fucking stay, my peeps.